Tonight, the United States and Israel carrying out airstrikes over multiple cities in Iran, and the Islamic Republic striking back. Now at 8:30, here are all the latest reactions from Chicago to Washington and beyond. I'm Suzanne Lemonnier. Thank you for being with us this morning. We're going to get right to our top story. Christian Benavides has much more on all that transpired overnight in the Middle East.
Smoke could be seen rising over Tehran's skyline after the U.S. and Israel carried out military strikes on targets across Iran early Saturday. President Trump threatened the Iranian regime for weeks to make a new deal to rein in its nuclear program, and before that, threatened it over its violent crackdown on protesters in January. The president posted this video message overnight.
When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also confirmed the assault in a separate video message. Sirens were heard throughout Tel Aviv and Jerusalem as Israelis took shelter underground. Hospital patients, including babies, were moved to a protective area. Iran has launched its own retaliatory strikes, targeting Israel and U.S. bases in the region. This explosion was seen in Bahrain, near a U.S. naval base. And smoke could be seen in Doha, the capital of Qatar, a U.S. ally. In the run-up to the strikes, the U.S. military moved over a dozen naval ships and aircraft toward the Middle East as the Trump administration waged a pressure campaign on Iran and engaged in indirect nuclear talks with Iranian officials. The Omani foreign minister, who is mediating the talks, spoke to CBS's Margaret Brennan Friday.
I am confident and in my assessment of the way the talks are going.
But now Trump is telling military members and police in Iran to lay down their arms.
You must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face certain death.
The U.S. conducted targeted strikes in Iran last year. This time, the military dubbed the assault Operation Epic Fury. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
As the major military operation continues in Iran, people here in Chicago and beyond reacting. Saul Rizai in the newsroom with that part of the story and the latest on the situation.
Yeah, Suzanne, over the past few weeks, we've heard from local community organizations here in Chicago calling for regime change. We've covered their protests here in the Loop this morning. We've reached out to them and other local leaders for reactions, as many of them are waking up to this news of these strikes overnight in Iran. So far, we're seeing both support and criticism from leaders and lawmakers across the country and the world. A statement from Russia's Foreign Affairs Ministry saying this is a deliberate, premeditated, and unprovoked act of armed aggression against a sovereign and independent UN member state, in direct violation of the fundamental principles and norms of international law, end quote. French President Emmanuel Macron also reacting in a statement saying the Iranian regime must understand that it now has no other option but to engage in good faith negotiations to end its nuclear and ballistic programs, as well as its regional destabilization activities. Here's another part of what President Trump said in a post to social media overnight. Take a listen.
My administration has taken every possible step to minimize the risk to U.S. personnel in the region. Even so, and I do not make this statement lightly, the Iranian regime seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future, and it is a noble mission.
And Suzanne, we know some Iranians, both inside Iran and here in the United States, including those here in Chicago, have been asking for President Trump to intervene. We're seeing that all play out right now, and we'll continue to follow this breaking story closely. For now, I'm live in the newsroom. Saul Rizai, CBS News Chicago.
Thanks so much, Saul. And again, stay with CBS News Chicago all morning. We continue following all the latest developments for you in the Middle East. We have information on air, of course, online, on the stream. We've got you covered in every situation.
साइड पे हो जाओ, साइड पे भागो। Oh my God. Guys, look at other, look at other, look at other, look at other. Anything here? Oh my God. बिल्कुल मेरे रूम के सामने। या अल्लाह खैर।